Welcome to the App Advisory Show, your fortnightly dose of all things cloud accounting, apps, and app advisory.
Hey guys, Matt Flanagan here from Appicus. So, just wanted to run through a new ebook that I've just produced and created with the team. It's the ultimate guide to app advisory, and I just wanted to have a few short, sharp sessions just to tell people a little bit about what it's about, the reason behind it, and then we're going to go through some of the key learnings within it and just give a bit of context to that. So, share my screen. If you listen to this on the podcast, there is a YouTube version so you can see the book itself, and also you can download it in the show notes if you want to go and get it. So the book is the ultimate guide to app advisory, and before we go into the detail, I just really wanted to tell people the reason that it was written. So I've spent 3.5-4 years helping firms adopt cloud accounting, and everyone wants to know the ecosystem and get digitally and technology advanced. And we teach a lot of how you can do these types of services, how you can develop a person's finance function, etc. But I didn't think the profession really understood the business model or the business opportunity that it really gave to them. And I see so many firms giving this work away and actually not valuing themselves. So the whole point of this book was really to say, this is what it is. It's up to you and your firm whether you think that's something that's valued or not. It won't be for everyone, and I'm not trying to ram it down people's throats that it would be. But ultimately, I think if you understand what it could be for you and your firm, then you can make an informed decision whether it's something you want to take or don't want to take, much like there's other advisory revenue streams that are out there. But that was the point of the book, first and foremost, was to really explain this is what it is, and then you can make a decision as to whether you think it's for you. So the book is classed as a step-by-step guide for turning cloud accounting and apps into a consistent, scalable, profitable revenue stream worth hundreds, thousands for your accounting firm. And bookkeeping, I would say as well. It's an opportunity for bookkeepers. There's a great revenue stream opportunity, but I think the better that we adopt cloud accounting, there's also a massive efficiency opportunity, which we're really at the very start of. I see lots of people adopting cloud, but not necessarily really adopting to an optimum level, which will really improve their efficiencies, which obviously there's profit in efficiency because you can do more with less or do more with the same. So yes, there's a revenue stream, but there's also an efficiency stream there to think about as well. So delving into the book, first page is essentially, we had some people read it and run through it to really clarify. Some people I've worked with, some people I've done short, sharp projects with, and really to get them to validate that the content made sense. It was what they'd been through and are going through. And actually, I think a lot of them, it clarified a lot of maybe what they had in their mind anyway. So Claire Blackmore and Stuart Hurst and Daniel Coleman and Jackie Senior, Nicola Heath, Emily Wilson, a few there that we've worked with, have reviewed the book and can validate that there is truth and some fact, and it's a good guide to get you going in this space. So essentially, it's got a few different areas, like what is app advisory, why is it important, the revenue opportunity, why quality of cloud adoption matters, an overview of the finance function, building your one-page app stack. Everybody wants an app stack. We'll go through that. What service is app advisory, what the services that you should and could consider in app advisory for your firm, some app advisory delivery processes, about pricing as well. We've got another section on that. KPIs and targets, resourcing, which always comes up. And then there's a getting started checklist, a what if, which is some regular types of frequently asked questions that we get, next steps and bonus case studies. So that is the format of the book. And I'm just going to spend literally next 5 minutes for this session literally on as a welcome from me, but literally on just some of the key points around what is app advisory. So I think the first thing around app advisory is app advisory should only be a term which we use within the accounting and bookkeeping profession. It's not anything your clients are interested in apps, and actually outside of your firm, when you're talking to clients and prospects about this, you're talking about solutions, okay? Not apps. These are solutions to business problems, because essentially what app advisory is doing is identifying and addressing the existing problems a business is facing, as well as looking for opportunities to improve existing systems using technology. Now that could be the adoption of more solutions and systems, or it could be the improvement of how they use what they have in place. And that is what app advisory is. It's identifying problems and solving them with some sort of digital offering, and that could be an improvement or an addition to what they currently have in place, okay? So that's the first thing for app advisory for me. The reason I don't really like people calling it app advisory is, as a business owner, it really devalues it a little bit, because we're thinking, do you know what, this is about apps, and that feels a bit like what I do on my iPhone or my Android. It's very much that. Whereas actually you're making a real decisive, a real decision, for want of a better word, with them about how their business is going to improve, and that shouldn't be taken as lightly as just picking an app. So we're really looking to solve a problem or really help with an opportunity and improve their business. And that's why I'm not a big fan of the term app advisory to clients. So if you've got a service line and it's got apps in it, change it to solution, system, digital, whatever. That it can't be apps. That's something we need to use internally. So that's the first thing. That is what app advisory is, and just think about your terminology when you're talking to clients, okay? Every business has sales, marketing, processes, finance, and people, and there's going to be solutions for each of those areas. Obviously, in this accounting profession and the bookkeeping profession, we're very, very aligned to the finance area, and hence we talk about the finance function and digitizing and optimizing that with technology, okay? So let's just keep walking through this. So that's the first piece about that. And the next bit for me is why is it important, okay? This whole app advisory space, right? The world that we're in is very, very digitally biased now. And certainly with the pandemic, that's really accelerated things. So where sort of 2019 and previous, SMEs were very, very unaware and were allowed to sort of not really get too engaged if they didn't want to with digital. That has entirely changed. You've got 5-year-old kids starting school who are putting in their homework through Microsoft Teams and Google and things like that. And then you've got great grandmothers who are on Zoom calls for Christmas Day. So the understanding of tech and what it can do has completely opened up. And that means now that business owners are thinking, is there a better way to do this? And what else could I be doing? And actually much more open to what it could be bringing. And we've also got to be thinking about how our buying habits personally, you know, in a consumer way have changed. Like we buy things on Amazon, and we buy it when we want. If you want to do it 2 o'clock in the morning, you buy it 2 o'clock and it comes in the next 24, 48 hours, maybe next day, maybe within the same day if you're in big cities. But then also about how we consume information. We've got YouTube and Netflix and Amazon Prime and all these things that run. Now, ultimately with those, what you're really looking at again is, as a consumer, you can digest that information when you want and really how you want, certainly with podcasts as well. So we've got to start thinking about how people are taking information in, and we use digital products to do that, and how we consume things and even buy things is very much changed. So how our clients might want to gather information about their own business, where it might have been, you know, very non-digitally focused before, there's a real look that I think businesses are thinking, well, how could we utilize this tech to get more out of it? And I don't think SMEs are more digitally savvy. I don't think that's the right term, but digitally aware and digitally educated, absolutely. They are really getting into that space. So for me, that's why technology is important. We can't solve every single technology and digital issue that clients got. We need to determine what we're good at and what we're going to work with clients on. But ultimately, the world is just going more digitally focused. And I think accounting has got a plethora of great products, great solutions, great offerings, and that competition allows for a really good set of products to keep improving because they're all pushing each other, and we can really use that to our benefit, which is valued by the client and also valued by ourselves in the accounting and bookkeeping profession. Okay, so for the first session, I'm going to leave it at that. I want to keep these nice and short within the 10-minute window. But essentially, we'll be talking more through the other chapters in a little bit more detail in sort of 10-minute chunks. So that was the first one. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.